Hi guys, we're gonna demonstrate a duel for you here today. I am using my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. My opponent is using a Dark Magician deck. Here is our boards or our mats. We have 5 monster zones, we have 5 spell or trap zones, 1 graveyard, 1 deck zone, 1 extra deck zone, and a field zone. Throughout the duel, you will see us use multiple different of these zones. We also have 8,000 life points. To begin, we shuffle our own decks, and then our opponent cuts the deck. Each player gets 5 cards for a starting hand, and my opponent will be going first.
Again, I'm starting with spell card Shard of Greed, which in 2 turns lets me draw 2 cards instead of 1. I then discard an Apprentice Illusion Magician to summon a second Apprentice Illusion Magician, which lets me grab a Dark Magician from my deck and add it to my hand.
No point.
There's my Dark Magician. And yes, that was a special summon, so I have not conducted my normal summon, which is my Magician's Rod, which lets me grab another spell or trap card with Dark Magician in its name and add it to my hand.
I don't like his Dark Magician deck.
I'm grabbing Dark Magic Attack, and I am ending my turn.
Since it is now my turn, I draw from my deck. I have a terrible hand, I'm going to let you know now. This is not what you want to begin with. I'm going to place this card face down in defense mode. I'm going to set this down into the spell and trap zone. These other cards I can't really use at this point in time, so I'm going to end my turn.
I start by drawing a card. I then activate my own trap card, Magician's Navigation, which lets me summon a Dark Magician from my hand, and another level 7 or lower spellcaster Dark type monster from my deck to the field. And I am going to summon my second Magician's Rod card, which lets me grab another Dark Magician spell or trap from my deck and add it to my hand. I'm grabbing 1,000 Knives. That was my first turn for Shard of Greed, so next turn I'll be able to draw 2 extra cards. I am going to sacrifice my Magician's Rod cards for another Dark Magician. I'm going to use that 1,000 Knives I grabbed earlier to destroy that face down card she has down.
And this is my White Stone of Legend. When this card is sent to the graveyard, I can add 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from my deck to my hand. Now I will try to find Blue Eyes White Dragon, deck to hand. Now, after I find a certain card, I shuffle my deck. Still his turn.
Alright. Now that I still have Dark Magician on the field, I'm going to activate the spell card I grabbed earlier, Dark Magic Attack, which destroys all her face down spell or traps on the field.
But she destroyed Trap Hole, which would not have helped me in any way. Trap Hole, when my opponent normal or flip summons a monster with 1,000 or more attack, I can get rid of that card immediately.
And then, since she has no monsters left on the field, attack her directly with all 3 of my monsters, which total for 7,000 life points.
That hurts. I'm only left with 1,000 life points, and that's not good. Are you done?
Yes, I am done.
Alright. Draw another card from my deck to my hand. So what's gonna happen? So I'm going to normal summon Kaiba Man, which his effect is when I tribute this card, special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from my hand. which I do have one. I put him onto the field. And then I am going to use a spell card, Burst Stream of Destruction. If I control a Blue Eyes White Dragon, destroy all monsters on your opponent that your opponent controls. Blue Eyes White Dragon cannot attack when this card is activated. And then I'm going to use Stamping Destruction. If I control a dragon type monster, which is my Blue Eyes, I target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy that target, and if I do, he loses 500 life points, and I target that one. And, yeah, I end my turn.
I am now going to draw a card. Which does use Fires of Doomsday. Which lets me special summon 2 dark tokens to the field. I don't have any token cards, so I'm just going to use cards that were defeated earlier. And that pretty much saves me a turn. And that's pretty much it.
You done?
Yes, I am.
Alright, I draw another card from my deck to my hand. And I'm going to normal summon Axe Dragon. And I'm going to go into my battle phase. So Blue Eyes White Dragon is going to attack him. And my Axe Dragon is going to attack him. And his effect after he attacks and at the end of the battle phase, he goes into defense position. I end my turn.
Now at the end phase, when Fires of Doomsday goes to the graveyard, his effect activates. Just me grab a spell card from my deck and add it to my hand. You know which one I'm going for or something. And since it is my turn, once I find it, I will use it directly, and I'm activating Swords of Beyond Light, which stops my opponents from attacking for 3 turns. Shuffle my deck, draw my card, and I place it face down.
Alright, my turn. I draw a card. Honestly, I can't do anything because I'm trapped. Your turn.
I start by drawing, and I'm going to activate Eternal Soul, which special summons a Dark Magician from my graveyard. I then place the card face down, and my Dark Magician is attacking her defensive dragon monster. And I end my turn.
Grab another card from my deck to my hand. And I'm going to activate this spell card, Lightning Vortex. Discard 1 card and destroy all face-up monsters on your opponent that your opponent controls. And I'm getting rid of my Axe of Despair to do so.
Little does you know, Eternal Soul stops opponent's card effects to any Dark Magician I have on the field.
Fair enough. So I just wasted 2 cards. Awesome.
Yes, you did.
Alright, your turn.
I start by drawing. I activate Dark Magical Circle, which lets me draw the next 3 cards. I pick one with Dark Magician in its name, which I'm going to pick the regular monster Dark Magician, and I put them back in any order. Now Eternal Soul's effect activates. I can grab a spell or trap card that includes Dark Magician in its name. I'm grabbing 1,000 Knives. Activating 1,000 Knives right away, destroying her Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I am going to win a duel by attacking directly with Dark Magician.
Yay, he wins. Again. Alright, thank you for dueling with Shelby. We've had a great time. I always lose to his deck, his Dark Magician deck. There's no winning. The heart of the cards.